And Ray was like, do I look fat in these jeans? To Jared, and Jared's like, oh no, you look sweet, mate.
So you think Jared is situational homosexuality? Now that Kelsey's gone, he's had to...
You never know.
Could be.
Do you think it's awkward between Jared and Rael now that Kelsey's gone?
What, the sexual tension?
Yeah.
I think maybe Jared's a bit too fat for Rael.
Do you think Jared and Rael are sleeping in the same bed?
Oh, I think so, very much.
So then... they had a just for fun task.
Just for fun? That sounds crap.
Maddie and Mitch had to swap clothes, but they looked the same in each other's clothes.
Now, if it was like Dallas and Maddie...
Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki,
yeah. That would be
fun.
Yeah, but Nikki wouldn't do that. But Maddie and Mitch were virtually wearing the same clothes. Like, Maddie is butch and Mitch is a bit camp, so it's like they look the same. That was pointless. And then Phil had to eat a pepper. That is classic Big Brother, isn't it?
It is, but... You know, when you're filming that, you really need to see, like, the pepper, like, before...
but you saw, like, the vomit coming out of his mouth.
I think that was milk.
Ugh. Oh, right.
I think Emma brought some milk in. No, seriously, I want to see like, in BBUK, we do the Scotch bonnet. They show you the pepper, they show you them eat... I know it's gross.
Mikey.
They show you them eating it.
Yeah.
And, like, everything, but I didn't see any of that.
What about when he licked his own brother's armpit? What's worse, eating a pepper or licking your own brother's armpit?
What's worse, licking your own brother's armpit or getting it hard on while you're doing it?
But someone on Twitter told me today that Phil actually took one for the team because they were all going, Nikki, you have to lick Nick's armpit. And they were all going, Nikki, Nikki, Nikki. And Phil was like, nah, I'll do it for you, Nikki. Aw, Phil and Nikki are still going strong.
Yeah, but still...
I love Phil, even like when I watch the After Dark and he's like being a complete dick and like ordering Nick around and just being a twat. There's just something I like about him. I don't know what it is.
I think it's the whatevs hat.
I even like Nick, and he's quite boring. I liked it when he had that ice down his pants and they just kept showing his face. You could tell it was like melting.
He looks like he's very much second in command.
He is!
In that relationship.
Phil makes all the decisions and Nick's just like, okay, he should wear the whatevs hat.
Mm.
But... what did you think of him putting that ice down his pants? And then Nikki went to have a look. Is that appropriate behaviour?
Well, they are brothers, so...
No, Nikki went to have a look.
No, I'm saying him and
oh, yeah.
Phil are brothers, so if you've seen one, seen them all.
Nick said when Phil licked his armpit, that was the most action he'd had in the house. But what about him and Maddie?
Well, it just goes to show, doesn't it?
I want to know how Phil is taking Maddie getting off of Ramsey now. That's quite a blow. You're in the house, you're showmancing with someone, and then she gets off. That's quite harsh.
It's only a showmance, it don't matter.
Who would you pick out of Nick or Ramsey?
What? Nick or...
Well, Maddie's gone from Nick to Ramsey. Who is nicer out of those two?
Oh, Nick.
They're both quite gross, though.
No, Nick is better.
Nick is nicer.
Yeah.
Nick's got that fart nose, though.
Yeah, but he's bland looking, but...
Ramsey's just like...
Oh, Ramsey... Look, listen, if Ramsey's mum is watching, then...
He don't want to boink you.
That's no good, is it?
No, but I've seen enough people on Twitter going, oh, Ramsey's fit, and like posting pictures of Ramsey and like doing like love heart emojis and all that. Ramsey is not fit. He has no personality. He's boring. And when he won that veto, I could have freaking slit my own throat because he's such a boring piece of shit. Anyway, we're getting to that.
But
yeah.
Now, that being said, to quote Derek Levasseur, that being said, do you not think Ramsey is starting to pick his game up? I know when he first started, he was being an absolute bozo, but he's won this thing, and he seems to be like being a bit more shrewd with the way he speaks to people these days.
I think he actually plays quite an under the radar game, actually, and there's no doubt no one will waste the HOH on him for time. He will probably last as long as Nikki.
Exactly, he's not a threat.
He's not
at the moment.
He's a sap. He is boring.
But do you think he could go deep?
Yeah, he will go deep.
But do you think he could go on a comp run? Do you think he's actually got the ability to win things?
Well, he won that veto. Maddie said she wanted her and Ramsey to be final two. Would that be the worst final two since Andy Heron and Gina Marie? Which is worse, Maddie and Ramsey or Andy Heron and Gina Marie?
Yeah, but with hindsight, I don't really hate Andy Heron as much as I used to. With Gina Marie, I'll give you definitely. But...
they have more personality than Ramsey and Maddie.
I think it depends on how the game plays out, because at the moment you've got a lot of strong players, even the under the radar ones, people with a lot of like ideas and how they want to play the game. And I think if 2 goats even were to like just go to the end, I think that gameplay, even if it wasn't intentional, would actually be better than all this strident moves than everyone else is intent on making. It's
very rare that you get 2 goats at the end, though, isn't it?
It is. But maybe this could be the goat season.
So, if you had to drink a vodka shot out of any housemate's belly button,
right,
who do you think has got the deepest belly button in the house?
Well, it's tricky because, I mean, do you want vodka or you want to drink out of someone's belly button? I mean...
I just want the vodka.
So, if you want maximum vodka...
A girl's belly button would be better.
I'll tell you who's quite portly.
Yeah.
Jared.
Oh, yeah. And his belly button would be cleaner than Dallas's. Which girl would have a good belly button? Maybe Cassandra. No?
Wouldn't it be round? It would.
Nikki's belly button would be too small.
I'll just drink out of Kelsey's.
She's not even in there.
Oh, alright then.
I think even Gaza might have turned down drinking that vodka shot out of Dallas's belly button. Yes, Gaza, Paul Gascoigne, the football hero. Is that a bad joke?
No, because no one's heard of him.
Come on, I'm doing my best. Did you notice the lint that Cassandra had to lick out of Dallas's belly button?
Now, again, sorry to say, if this is BBUK, you would see a strong close-up on that lint. They'd say, look,
they did do a bit of a... You saw it.
They'd say, everyone clear the room, a cameraman would come in, focus on the lint, and that we would see it.
Dallas seemed absolutely thrilled with that.
I'm not surprised.
I don't think Nikki Graham was impressed. Mind you, her face is never impressed.
No, she's got a permanent screw face.
She is a walking meme, isn't she? You know how Americans say GIF instead of GIF? But it's spelled with a G.
Do they, though?
They said it on the Big Brother Canada advert. They said, oh, see the funniest GIFs on our website.
But have you seen it anywhere else?
No, but Jordan Parr says GIF as well. It's not GIF, it's GIF with a G. That's good, like Jill.
GIF is a cleaning product, and even that's called SIF now.
Yeah, guys, come on, get it right. Even we can say meme and not meme like James says.
Hang on, but exactly. So if what you're saying is true, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't, then maybe the word meme is correct.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Now, Raoul did a lap dance for Joel.
Whoa.
Do you think Joel was aroused?
Of course he was.
He did look quite aroused.
He was busting out of those Gap khaki chinos, left, right, and centre. He does wear chino.
And Raoul was like...
His bow tie was spinning around with excitement. I've never seen it since the Benny Hill show.
Since Frank Butcher. Whoa. Raoul said, I'm going to slay it anyway. And then...
Hey baby, you're looking for business?
He went, you got to give it that Mexican spice.
Whoa, not much.
And then... someone said, Raoul, you look really, really hot. I can't remember who that was. Probably Joel, I think.
All right.
Do you think Raoul looked hot doing that lap dance?
Listen, I like Raoul.
Raoul,
whatever. I like him. I like him as a character. I think he's a nice looking chap. And I especially like his accent.
Who's better, Raoul, Big Brother Canada 4, or Raoul Moat?
Raoul Moat, was he a serial killer?
No, he killed his his girlfriend's new lover and shot his girlfriend.
He just maimed his girlfriend.
And then Gaza, funnily enough, that's twice he's come up on the podcast, took him a KFC.
That's right. But, you know, when you've just done an awful slaying in the countryside, you do need some nourishment, don't you? So
I think the guy he shot might have been called Chris Brown, but I'm not entirely sure. That adds a confusing element to the story.
But I heard that he was mind-controlled in some way by MI5, and that he shot that copper. It was all cover. He shot that copper because that copper...
That's Derek Bird.
No, it's different.
Raoul Moat didn't shoot a copper.
He did. He blinded him.
That's Derek Bird. Oh, was that Raoul Moat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He blinded that copper, and that copper knew the truth about 7-7.
You're tuning into Conspiracy Corner. Yeah, but both of those things are probably true, but we're talking about
They're
Big
probably
Brother.
completely untrue. But I'm just saying.
But hold on, wasn't that copper involved in like the 7-7 bombings, going out with someone from the 7-7 bombings or something?
Exactly. He was involved romantically, married or something, with the woman that was basically in charge of that investigation.
No, she was blown up in the bomb. She had the mask on.
Wow, that's deep cover.
This is like some factual shit going on here. Anyway, because they did these pointless tasks so well, these like BBUK style tasks, they went, woo, a pizza party, woo!
Now, what's your favourite kind of pizza? I've got to say mine is the invisible one.
Didn't you say there was a lot of topping on that pizza? They showed Tim like shoving a slice of pizza into his mouth, but that was the only footage they showed it. Surely something must have happened at that fucking pizza party. They showed 0.0 seconds of it. Why?
Maybe that only actually had one slice of pizza to go round.
Yeah.
It's possible.
We need to check out our After Dark to see what really happened. Listeners, if you know what went down at that pizza party, can you tell us? And can you tell us all the other things we don't know on this podcast? Any conspiracies you know about, stuff to do with Maddie, Dallas, what went down in that secret house that we never got to see. There's so much we don't know, but you can help us out. But we do know a lot, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Because I've written these notes, so we must. Also, we know about the international format, and that comes in handy this week.
This is the international format. It's like watching BBUK, isn't it?
BBUK, BB Australia. So Tim called a house meeting and said they're going to do nominations.
House meeting? That's not good.
I know, that's not good. But then he said, we're going to do nominations BB Australia style.
Right.
What did you think of that?
Well, to be honest, I thought it was beautiful. It's so good. It's almost like if a British person can come in and say, oh, look, this week, you know, we're going to do like a public vote. And the BB Australia was, to be honest, it was crap a lot of the time. It was a crap show. But the one good thing it had going for it was the point system. With the nominations, you get 5 points. You can put up to 4 on one person, but you have to nominate 2. So you can have 4 on one, and then 1 on another, or 3 and 2, or however.
That's it, really.
That was the beauty. So if you really hated someone, you put 4 on them, and it worked really, really well. So yeah, I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. The gummy bears, it was unnecessary, but it was a nice little touch.
Gummy koalas.
And I still think, even though you disagree with me, that I think it's a really good way of keeping blood off your hands.
Did Tim come up with this idea, or did Ted come up with this idea, or is that a moot point at this point?
I mean, it didn't seem like it was done by production, but you know what Tim's like. He's so tricksy.
I think it was Tim. I do.
But it wouldn't surprise me if it was production either.
Did Tim request full and frank reasons for people's nominations?
He did ask for them, but what he didn't do was call people out on wishy-washy reasons like BB Australia does.
Oh, on BB Australia, there used to be like a sexy big brother who'd be like, Tim, I don't think that's a very good reason. Do you... I can't do... What did he talk like?
So, Tim...
Yeah. So, Tim, do you think that's a good reason for nominating someone? And then they'd be like... And then he'd like make fun of like what they were wearing, or he would just like... He was so sassy, wasn't he? Like, that was good. I miss that. Bring that sexy big brother to BBUK.
But this is the whole...
Big brother.
No, but this is the whole thing. The difference between... I know, like, BB Canada is trying to do this international twist, but the difference is, on BB USA and BB Canada, and in the UK and Australia, we talk to Big Brother. Big Brother has a voice. It could be a man, it could be a woman, and, like, you know, he or she gives you advice... And, you know, how are you feeling?
They shouldn't give advice.
But in the North American format, it's all just like... It's like Survivor confessionals. They're, like, talking to themselves. Do you know what I mean?
It's just like... You only hear, like, the voice of Big Brother if you've done something really bad and Alison Gordon comes on and kicks you out. Stop
that. Please stop singing.
They're like, please leave to the door to your left.
Put down the knife.
Yeah. So... Theoretically, Tim's nominations were democratic. People going, oh, it's a popularity contest, which is what Big Brother is, for starters.
Well, not in that neck of the water, but...
But you seem to think that this left Tim without blood on his hands, but the housemates seemed angrier than ever. Dallas was like, I came to play Big Brother Canada, not Big Brother Australia, and then put 5 koalas on himself.
Now... That's just stupid, isn't it? That's just being a bad sport.
It wouldn't have made that much difference, but still.
But maybe he did know that, but still, I think that's like a bad move, isn't it?
Well, yeah, obviously it is.
If someone's going to give you 5 gummy koalas to move around like you're in the war room, then use them.
Dallas